Hello, everyone, and welcome again to another Teacher Joseph podcast. Today, I want to give you a really quick tip if you want to sound more fluent. And it's simply to change the way you say the vowel sounds. Now, you might think, well, vowel sounds aren't going to make me sound more fluent, but if you're interested in how other people perceive you, then your vowel sounds are the key to making you sound better. You see, the problem is, when you learn a language, you tend to put words into boxes. Hello, my name is Dave. And, well, frankly, you sound like one of the enemies from Star Trek, or Doctor Who, or whatever science fiction TV program you're watching. The idea is to join the words together. And the way you do that is by stretching the vowels. When you stretch the vowels, it's much easier to join words together. But if you don't stretch the vowels, then your words become very short and brittle. For example, Joseph is my name. If you compare that to Joseph is my name, and even if you did join the words up, it would become Joseph is my name. You'd still sound like an alien from Star Trek. So, you see, you really need to be letting go of these vowels. Sometimes I think when I'm teaching on italki that some of you, when you learn a new word in English, it's almost like you're saying, it's mine, don't touch it, it's my words. And I ask you to say the words, let's say, for example, brittle in this case, and immediately everything is all pushed together. Brittle. Brittle, by the way, just means something which is hard. When you describe something as brittle, it's inflexible. It's so hard, it's ready for breaking. So, this is what you need to think about. Just letting go a little bit with some of these vowels, Just give them a bit more space, make them a little bit smoother as well. Now, it sounds like an advert for a chocolate bar, doesn't it? When we talk about smoother. But if you don't say it that way, it becomes smoother, smoother. You can see there's a lot of tense feeling there. And even when I say it, I can feel the tension in my chest. Just let it go. Let it on your air. Smoother. Let it come out with your breath. And not only with double vowels, like in the word smooth, but like all vowels. Just give it a little bit of an extra space, okay? Let's just say some words, and I want you to hear the length of the vowel. Okay, so horse, horse. Now that doesn't mean that when you're talking, you're ba horse. It means you try to bring this into all of the words that you're saying. Just try to stretch the vowels a little bit more. And if you want, you can also just stretch the sounds that you're making. It's very relaxing if you do that. And it also will show you just how fast you speak. Because when you speak very fast in English, other people will feel a bit nervous because they'll pick up on the fact that you're rushing. And it's not very nice. All right, so just focus on the vowels and let's just stretch them a little bit more. Apple, horse, cat, dog. I have a cat. Do you have a cat? You do? Oh, that's great. I'm very happy to hear that you're a cat person. I love animals. You can see it's soft, it sounds good. Now, you need to be careful with that because if you get if you get into the habit of stretching too much, it sounds a little bit creepy, you know. Hello, what's your name? That doesn't sound right at all, does it? When you directly address someone using that kind of a stretching method. But it does actually work really well if you're just having a general conversation or if you're imparting information like I am now. Okay? So just focus in on my voice and notice what I'm stretching. Oh, I went to the zoo yesterday and it was such a wonderful experience because I just love dolphins. For me, dolphins are my very reason for visiting the zoo. Now, you can hear there that towards the end of those words, I wasn't only stretching vowels, the N sound had a bit of a stretch as well. So you can play with it, but I know one problem that many of you have is you talk too fast, because you think that's what we do. Yeah, well, we do, but we do it by joining up the words. Yeah, we do it by letting go of the spaces. We don't do it like firing a machine gun. Hello, my name is, you know. So there we are. Just a few hints there with regards to vowels and how they can make you sound better. So, as I'm telling the rest of my story, just focus in and hear what I'm stretching because it's so natural for me to do that. Okay. So, I went to my healthcare team yesterday, and while I was there, the nurse was telling me all about her new boyfriend. Honestly, it was dull, 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 but it was nice. They took my blood and everything else. And anyway, she's really excited. I mean, she looked very young. I'm sure I have food in my freezer older than her. But anyway, so she said, "Oh, I'm dating. I have a new boyfriend. I'm so much in love." And I'm thinking, "Yeah, yeah, uh-huh." And she said, "Oh, would you like to see a picture of him?" And I thought, "Well, okay, yeah, yeah. Just focus on the blood first, thanks." Yeah. So afterwards, she took my blood and then she's showing me a picture of her latest flame, as we say in English, her latest lover, or as she likes to call him, her boyfriend, because she thinks it's going to last. And she shows me this picture, and I'm thinking, where did you meet him? So I asked, I said, where did you meet him? And she said, oh, we met on an internet dating site. I said, really? And I'm thinking in my mind, it took an algorithm to come up with that? Really? And I said to her, couldn't you just go to the pub like everybody else? And she said, no, 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 I'm a bit more shy with that kind of thing. I said, okay, well, she's telling me how wonderful he is. So I have 3 months until my next visit for my blood results. So I get the results, I think, for these blood results within a week. And so I have to wait 3 months for my next tests when they're repeated. So I'm sure by that time she'll be very bitter and he'll be history. Apparently he's not English. So I asked her, I said, how's his English? I think his name was Wolfgang or something like this. I remember it was the the name sounded German. I'm sure it was Wolfgang or something related to music, because I think was that Amadeus' first name. Wolfgang, was it Wolfgang Amadeus? But I remember it had some musical association anyway. And she said, "Oh yes, yes, he's a downhill skier." I said, "Downhill skier? What do you mean?" She said, "Well, he skis downhill." I said, "Really? Anything else that he does?" Because we all ski downhill when we go skiing, don't we? Although I've never been. And she said, "No, no, that's his profession. He's a downhill skier." I said, well, what's he doing here then?" She said, "Skiing in the north." I said, "Oh, really? Oh, interesting. I didn't even know we had places to ski around here." She said, "Yeah, there's an artificial ski slope actually in the local shopping centre." But really? I'm obviously missing out on these things. But anyway, that's the story of Wolfgang and the Nas. So there we are. So I wish you all a wonderful day ahead. Remember, do stretch your vowels a little bit more. Hopefully, you could hear in my story there that my words were generally stretched a little bit. Just be careful because if you're having a conversation with someone, you don't want to sound really creepy by "Hello, how are you today?" It doesn't sound right at all, not even for a medical professional. So just make sure that, in a conversation, presenting, stretch as much as you want. Same with children, because it makes them feel relaxed. And with English teachers as well, please do, try to stretch your words a little bit, but not too much if you're having a personal conversation. But if you're reading and presentations, it's really important. And that's it. All right. So I hope you've enjoyed this. Let's catch up again soon. Okay. See ya. Bye.